Hello, Aries. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Chakra Wisdom Tarot by Tori Hartman, artwork by, if I can read it, Katrina Sokolova, if I can move my fingers. There are websites for them, Watkins with an S publishing.com and ToriHartman.com. If it focuses, focus, there it is. So go ahead and freeze frame there if you want that information, of course. Supportive Oracle cards, upside down. Spellcasting Oracle cards by Flavia, Barbara, and Lisbeth. There's their names if you want to see them. They do have a website too, shewhoisart.com. Where are we? There we go. Shewhoisart.com. So go ahead, search that out however you need to, if you'd like to. I just think they're awesome cards, so, you know, there you go. What do we want to do here? What's going on with Aries? I feel like a blackjack dealer at a casino all of a sudden, so what's up with that? That's interesting. Like, what? Are we playing a game? 3 cards face down at the... Okay, are we playing a game? Do we want to play a game? Okay, what do we got? What's going on here? Okay, is somebody playing a game here, or do they think you're playing a game? The moon card is showing up in the environment. Something isn't right. Something's not right. Now, all right. So when it comes to Aries, in my opinion, if you're playing Monopoly, or you're playing a game like, okay, it's a game, and it's a strategy game, and like it's obviously like a game I want to play. If you choose to play it, that's one thing. But if somebody's playing BS, I can't ever seeing that be no. Is somebody playing a game, or do they think you are? You don't really do that. Like Aries, normal, basic Aries energy is not a game player, really. Especially if you ask them flat out. If you're confused about what an Aries is doing, if you ask them, they'll either tell you to go, get out, go pound salt. They'll say it'll go one or two ways. They'll tell you to go get wrecked, or they'll flat out tell you what's going on. Hard, just right to the point. Bam. That'll be this. Boom. That's what's going on. So I think that's how Aries usually responds to that. If somebody thinks they're playing a game, two things. It'll go one way or the other. Just like, oh, get wrecked. Get out of my face. I don't care what you think. Or, this is what I'm doing. Bam. That's how it is. Boom. And it may not be like you're saying it in a mean way. I know I'm coming across a little cranky. But, it's very direct. Either, get wrecked. I don't care what you think. Or, this is what's happening. They seem to think you're playing a game. They play games? No. They're used to it, though. They think you're playing games with them. You're not. No, I don't know. I mean, Aries comes in a few different flavors, obviously, because you got the moon sign, the rising sign, all those other signs going on in a horoscope. I don't think so. I feel like you don't know what you think about this person. That is here. Really? Why don't you know what you think about this person? They're not in your direct, like, they're not somebody you hang out with very often. So this is somebody who's going to impact your situation. Maybe more down the line than they are right now. But I feel like this person isn't, like, around you often. Either it's, like, a relative of your partner, maybe a distant relative, somebody at work that you deal with once in a while. This person is going to have an effect on your situation, though. They are going to have some type of connection with you more down the road than they do now. I feel like this is why they're saying it's better to clear things up now, because they don't seem to understand you at all. They don't really see who you are. Like, they don't know you, obviously, but like if they're thinking that, they don't know you. It's better if they do, because I think this is something that can go a lot better down the line for you. They seemed connected with something else that's going to help you. And this person looking at you in a positive light speaks more to your credit later. Kind of like, no, the Aries is a stand-up person. Like, no, the Aries is honest. Right now, they're not seeing that. So this does seem to be impactful. Again, right now, I don't think they're close enough to you. It's kind of like, they're around, who cares? I think that's kind of how it is. You have the Two of Cups in your challenge position. Kind of like, I think you could like this person better. But right now, it's just kind of like, they're inconsequential. It's kind of like, oh, they're there, so that, whatever. Right now, it's kind of like they're there, they're not. I have the same reaction. They're around, they're not around. Fine. Either way. If they're here, cool. They're not, cool. I don't care. Like, they don't cause me any problems. They can hang out as long as they want. If they don't want to be here, then they don't need to be here. That's fine. I don't care. I'm getting that energy right now, but I think down the road, I think this person could cause you problems through a misunderstanding. I don't know. I don't like how this feels in the sense of like, since when does Aries have to prove themselves to anybody? Like, I'm not really thinking, like, I'm like, is this going to go across well? Because, like, I don't know about that. But I've never seen Aries energy, like, be concerned with somebody else's opinion, really. But I feel like the reason this is coming forward, kind of like, it's almost like, for example, say you're going to go for a loan later, and you need somebody to like, help you sign, or get you that loan, or make somebody who speak to your credit about your history or how well you do things. Having this person in your corner moves that forward a lot easier, helps you attain your success a lot quicker. Might actually be the deciding factor. If it comes down to like one point, you need that last point. They could be that last point. That's why. And I feel like that's why this is coming in. Kind of like before you get to this point where you're kind of like trying to get things to go your way, you're going for success. Like, Aries is very much success oriented. You're like, when you want something, you go for it. You tend to get it. You don't go for it looking to fail. You're like, oh no, I came this far. I'm going to get it. So later when this happens, this is better to already have this in your pocket rather than be like, what? You think I'm who? Like, what? Come on. Instead of dealing with it later, because it's a lot harder to deal with it later. It's kind of like, let's just sort this out now. I think you might have said something to this person or around this. Like, they are taking something and they're thinking you play games. I keep getting you. They think you play games. They got the moon here, but they got the Three of Swords. Like, they don't like it. I think that's the more ironic thing here. They do seem to like the more direct, honest approach. They don't realize that, like, when you say something, I think like, you might have said something a little bit curt, and they thought you were just kind of playing it, but you weren't. You, like, that's what you meant. I think they took you out of context, too. It's almost like, when you walk into a room and you hear the last couple words of a sentence, and then you're like, you think you know what somebody was talking about, but you maybe did not. I think that's what happened. Something like that, where they just caught the end of a conversation or something like that, and they think they know what that conversation was about, and they're creating an opinion off of it, and they don't really know what that conversation was about. Something like that. For others of you, just to be fair, this person might be getting information from a third-party source, and that third party might be the actual game player. That's complicated. Really? There might be a third-party source there, and somebody else is talking bad about you. This person doesn't have any other references, and they're just maybe believing something they really should not be believing. They actually do kind of, I feel like they connect with you better than they know. If they get to know you, I feel like this is somebody who's more like they like who you are. They would like who you are. They like the direct approach. They don't like the game playing thing. I think you jive more than you... I think you guys are more compatible than you realize. It's just there's a distance. There might be that third-party game playing thing going on here. Because there's information coming in. I do feel like there's information coming in. Yeah, see, I don't like the Seven of Cups for this. We got 776. Seven of Cups, Seven of Coins, Six of Swords. Alright, so... yeah, no. The Six of Coins and the Six of Cups, is that what? No, the Seven of Coins and the Seven of Cups. It's the Six of Swords. So, these two together, Seven of Cups is usually about dreams, thoughts, things that are going on in your head or somebody's head. People creating maybe a narrative sometimes, maybe not purposefully, but like just kind of like when people fill in the blanks between spaces and they think they know that that's how that works, but it's not really how that works, filling in the blanks with false information without realizing that's what they're doing. And the Seven of Pentacles, that's kind of like working at something. When I read that, it's working at something. It's a constant laboring of something. This is how it goes. 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 Like, and you keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. Repetitive work, maintaining work. Sometimes maintaining something, it's not changing. It's everlasting. That's how I read the Seven of Pentacles. Sometimes it's basically saying it's not ready to complete. Sometimes it never completes. It's just kind of like one of those things, kind of like a mortgage. It feels like it's never going to complete. Sometimes like that. That can be the Seven of Pentacles, the way I read it. Seven of Coins, Pentacles, same thing. They're going to get this idea that they know who you are, and they think they know who you are, and they're going to get really kind of attached to that thought, and it's not right. And because of it, when you need help, they're going to ditch out, and they could actually help you. This is somebody who would actually really help you a lot and help you attain success later. They're going to think they know something about you that they don't really. And instead of getting involved, they're going to be like, oh, I don't know about that Aries. I think they're a game player. I'm just going to step away. I'm just going to walk away. And the thing is, you're not going to know how much they can really help you because they're just going to ditch out. They're not going to say anything. They're just like, no, I don't want to be a part of this. I don't really trust that person, so I'm not going to help them get what they want. It could be like that pivotal moment where you could pass or fail. Another analogy, like, for example, maybe you're going for a job or you're going for some type of interview. Maybe you're trying to get a house in a certain neighborhood and they know people there. This person could help get you what you literally really, really want. Like if it's a job or if it's a place to live and this is like, oh, this is my dream house. I really want it. If I could just get that last piece in, if I could just convince them. They could also be the piece that sinks the ship if this isn't correct. If this isn't corrected. We want to clear up this mess. I just feel like this could be this could go to your detriment if you're not careful. Because I'm getting a home and the welcome, well-being. Welcome. I'm getting the word welcome though. So, this is a very good connection for you. This person's how are you supposed to know who this is though? I feel like you probably will figure it out because how do you figure this out? I feel like you've talked to this person before and they just aren't very responsive. I feel like there's some type of, you have to know. You know that this person doesn't see you in the right light. But maybe that's why this reading is coming to you, because you're kind of like, yeah, well, who cares? Think what you want, gotta go. This is going to become a problem later. I feel like it's really going to become a problem later. Talk to this person. I feel like part of the reason I'm not saying something to this person, I feel like if this reading is hitting at some point, maybe like if you're not sure, write down, who you think it might be at the end of the night, and when you wake up in the morning, you'll know if it's that person or not. Go that way. I've done that. Or just ask for that person to show up so you can figure out who it is if you really think this is for you and you really can't put your finger on who the person is. Because I'm getting, the reason you're not going towards this person is because I think they're connected to somebody else and you're kind of like, well, I could approach this person and try to figure this out, but that ticks me off that somebody thinks things of me that aren't true. So I could try to fix this, but I might get ticked off and rip their head off because I think that's ridiculous for them to create an opinion about me when they don't really know me. So I don't know where they're getting that opinion from, but they seem to have an issue with me. Like I can help them have an actual issue if they want it. Where's that coming from? like oh, they want an issue? I'll give them an issue. I feel that energy coming forward. Like you're maybe a little offended, kind of like maybe you've been nice to this person and they've been a little bit rude to you. Like not rude, like said something rude, but kind of like they've been standoffish or kind of like I don't want to talk to you. And that kind of annoys you, and you're kind of like, well, they're connected to somebody else I very much like, so maybe I'm just staying away from them. That way I don't stir the pot and make something worse that doesn't need to be, so I'm just leaving it alone. I'm going to go forward and figure it out, because I feel like this person would match you more than they know. Especially if you kind of come towards them. Like, I was noticing that you seem to pull back when I come around. I was just wondering if there was something that I did that upset you, or like what happened, like why you were having that reaction with me. Because if you open that door, this person also is very honest. And if you ask them a direct question, I feel like they will tell you the flat out reason why. Well, I heard from this person and that person you used to date so and that you screwed that person over, and I'm not really a fan of that. I don't like you dating this person that I'm connected with, or being with this person I'm connected with, or whatever, because I'm feeling just because of that, I don't want to see that happen to the person that I care about. And I feel like you might be like annoyed at first, but then you'll explain it, what really happened, and I feel like it'll sort things out. It'll really sort things out. I don't think it'll go bad. I think it'll be a very direct conversation that both you and them can handle, kind of like debunking that, like, well, really? Like, how well do you know that person? Because that's not what happened. And I can tell you what happened and why things happened. I'm getting things will go a lot better for you. You've got the Justice card coming in, which is very ironic for this situation, because I feel right off the bat, like, I don't really know if I want to do this. I don't see the value in it. I'm almost like, yeah, if they don't want to like me, then fine, don't like me. But I'm really getting down the road. They could be the final piece that gets you what you want or keeps you from getting what you want. Later on, it'll matter. That's the thing. Later on, it really will matter is what I'm getting if this reading is hitting. Especially if you're still watching and you're just kind of like watching this going, I don't know really why I'm watching this, but for some reason I'm riveted to it. Give it a couple days. Maybe something will pop up and you'll see somebody kind of recoil for no reason, or just kind of like you'll say something nice to them and they'll just be like, okay, and they'll just kind of walk away. And you're like, well, because they're connected to somebody I care about, I'll let it go. And maybe it'll click, like, oh, maybe this is the person. Sort out the differences, figure out the situation. You do have the Nine of Swords, too. I feel like this is down the road. Yeah, okay. Because down the road, this person could block you. They could block you. There's the Five of Cups. Five of Pentacles. And the Nine of Swords. Where am I get the Five of Cups from? There is kind of like a Five of Cup feel here. Kind of like, missing out on something. But the Five of Pentacles is literally missing out on something, like being left out in the cold and being very stressed about it, kind of like, that's not fair. I shouldn't be screwed over like this. It's not fair that I'm getting screwed over. And the grieving card comes up. Whatever it is that you want, it means a lot to you. And it's kind of like they could be the deciding vote if you get it or not. This could be a work thing, by the way. And this person could be that deciding vote that it either helps you advance to where you want to go, or says something kind of like, I wouldn't work with the Aries and this is why. They could be that person. They could be the person that cheers you forward and gets you that final point, or the last one that says, I wouldn't. The grieving card tells me it's going to be very important to you, though. It doesn't have to fail. The way it's currently looking, it will fail because it feels like they have a chance to help you and they walk away. When I'm getting the Two of Pentacles, it's a choice, but it's a long-term result from this choice, and that could be it. They could choose not to help you and just walk away. They do have the power to help you, and this is a very good thing. They got the Ace of Swords. It just depends on where their compassion is going. If they know you and they know what you are about, compassion goes your way, compassion goes to your favor. If they don't know you, it looks like it's going to go to a falsehood. It's going to go to something they believe is the truth that's not really the truth. And I feel like they're going to cost you a win. It's very interesting to me because I keep, like Aries is kind of like, I'm not going to worry about what other people think. I get that. That's very cool. And my moon is Aries, so I tend to be that way. Like, oh, you don't like me? Well, have fun. Don't care. And I move on. But when it's going to hurt you down the road and you're like, if I had just cleared that up, I would have had that job I wanted. I would have had that house I wanted. So-and-so wouldn't have had this bad opinion about me. It makes a difference. It makes a difference. You got to decide what you think is right to do with the information. I get that. I don't want to push too hard. I feel like I have. I've gone on for almost 20 minutes for the love of Pete. Anything else I could say about this? Yes. You're not going to want to do it, they're saying, but it's going to be literally the result of you being happy in the long run or not. Because it's going to be something major. It's going to cost you if this person doesn't understand who you really are. If you sort it out, though, you'll be thankful you did. You'll get that. There's more to this, too. I feel like this person can be more of an ally. Once they really get to know you, I feel like they really do like you, and there's more of a connection here. And I feel like they like you, and they let you know that once they understand, especially you going forward to them, kind of like, I saw there was a problem there, so I kind of dealt with it. That seems to impress them. It also makes them feel like I had the wrong opinion of the Aries, and they're kind of like, I feel like they're a little embarrassed that they let something else kind of skew them a little bit. So it's almost like they have this underlying need to like correct that. Another reason they're going in your favor. Kind of like they don't like being that person. They don't want to be a person who just takes something on just a whim or just like what somebody else says and just runs with it and doesn't have all the facts. They don't like being that person. They don't want to see themselves as that person. So, you know, that you calling them out, giving them a chance to correct it, and then realizing they were wrong, they kind of look at you in a very favorable light for that reason. All right, I think we're good. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below. Same email as I just said. And thank you for watching.